Hi friends, kamusta? So, welcome back. For today's video, I will be talking about the food service industry or even the hospitality industry. I will be sharing you the list of programs that you may consider if you are planning to be an international student here in Canada. And also, I will tackle about the minimum job requirement that you need to obtain in applying for your permanent residency through Express Entry. Are you ready? But before that, by the way, my name is Jason Jim, and I am making videos about international students, workers, and even residency here in Canada. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and also click the bell notification so that you will be updated every time that I post a video. Let's begin. By the way, before I forget, I will also share the things that I did before obtaining a supervisory position in a company that I was working with. So stay tuned and watch this video until the end. Alright, so as we know, in the Philippines, hospitality industry has a lot of related courses. It can be a bachelor's degree for 4 years or even 2-year course. So example of these are the Bachelor of Science in Hotel and Restaurant Management, Tourism, Culinary, Cruise Line, Hotel and Operational Management, Food and Service Management, or any hospitality courses. So I wanted to give you the list of the programs here in Canada that you can also consider if you are applying as an international student with Canada study permit. So same thing here in Canada, there are also like 4 years or the bachelor's degree, 2-year program, or even 1-year program. So here in Canada, there are also what they call co-op. So it's either a program that you choose will be having a co-op or not. And with regard to co-op, I will tell you what co-op is and is this important in your study permit. So for the list of programs that you may consider here in Canada are Global Hospitality Management, Hospitality Operations in Food and Beverage, Hotel and Restaurant Operations, Food and Restaurant Management, Hospitality and Tourism Management, Tourism in Destinations and Travel Management, Event Management, Event Marketing, Baking and Pastry Arts Management, Culinary Management, Culinary Skills for Cook or Chef Training, Bartending, and other hospitality related programs. So it's up to you. It depends on the designated learning institution that you will choose for the programs that you want to enroll or to apply. Alright, so with regard to the co-op that I mentioned to you earlier, Coop Education or cooperative education is a program where students get the chance to work in their industry related to their field. So most co-op programs are structured so that each term or semester of schooling is alternated with a term or semester of work. So basically in the Philippines, the co-op is what we call the on-the-job training or the OJT or the internship. This can be paid or it won't be paid depending on the institution or company that you are applying for your co-op. And with this, it is also an advantage for you if this is paid co-op, because in this semester, you will be working full-time. So it means to say that you can also save money in the co-op term. Because as we know, if you are in academic semester, you just only need to work for 20 hours per week. But during the co-op term, you can work even 40 hours depending on the company or institution that you will be applying. So each program and each designated learning institution, they have a specific number of hours for you to comply before the end of your semester. Also, during your co-op term, this time you can show your employer how you work, how professional you do your job, and how you are responsible in doing your tasks. But this won't guarantee you that the company will absorb you. But of course, you need to do your best. You need to do your responsibility in doing your tasks for you to show how good are you to your employer. Alright, so after you graduated and applied for your graduation work permit or the PGWP, your next goal is to be eligible to apply for your permanent residency. So one of the ways in applying for your permanent residency is through express entry, through Canadian Experience class, or what they call the CEC. So you need to be in a category of NOC 0, A, or even at least NOC B, and accumulate the number of hours and work experience for you to be eligible in applying for the permanent residency. So I made a video about the express entry, specifically getting a high CRS points. So you can just check that video for you to know more about the CRS points. But I will just want to note that the CEC pathway is one of the ways for you to apply for your permanent residency. And there are still a lot of other ways and options. Alright, so with regard to the NOC, or the National Occupational Classification, this is a system used to classify jobs and occupations. So jobs are grouped based on the type of job duties and work a person does. For immigration purposes, I will be sharing to you the main job groups for hospitality industry, especially if you will be applying for your permanent residency through express entry through Canadian Experience class. You will be eligible for skill type 0, skill level A, and skill level B. So for the skill type 0, these are the management jobs. So you can say like a restaurant managers, operational managers, banquet managers, or whatever job position that is a managerial position. So those are the skill type 0. For the next one, for the skill level A, these are the professional jobs that are usually called for a degree from a university, for example, like doctors, dentists, architects. So these are the skill level A. And for the skill level B, these are actually the technical jobs and skill trades that is usually called for a college diploma, certificates, or training as an apprentice. So for example of this are like chef, supervisors, like in the hotel supervisors, or the food service supervisors. So these are the skill level B. If you will ask me, how about the entry level? They are actually under the skill level C. So the example of the skill level C in the hospitality industry are like crew, server, receptionist, housekeeper, customer service representative, and etc. Alright, so I already shared to you the list of programs for you to consider if you will apply for a Canada Study Permit. I also shared what co-op is and the skill type and skill level for the NOC that you need to obtain in applying for your permanent residency in express entry. And now I will give you the list of job positions and job duties for you to be eligible for the express entry pool. And these jobs are under NOC Level B. And these are restaurant and food service supervisors, retail sales supervisors, financial sales representative, food service supervisors, accommodation, travel, tourism, and related services supervisors, customer and information supervisors, cleaning supervisors, executive housekeepers, other service supervisors, baker, supervisor for food and beverage processing, cook, or chef. So these are some of the examples of the jobs that you need to obtain for you to be eligible under the NOCB in applying for your permanent residency. So for the main duties of these jobs, I will link in the description box where you can find the specific main duties for more details. But you should be doing at least 80% from the list of main duties in that job position. So for example, the main duties of supervisor. Another example is for the main duties of customer and information services supervisor, like customer service supervisor, customer service representative supervisor, contact center supervisor, information clerk supervisor, call center agent supervisor. And these are the main duties. For the main duties of cook, and for my last example, for the chef category, it can be executive chefs, sous chefs, or chef. Alright, so those are some of the main duties under NOC Level B and job positions if you will be applying for the express entry and to be eligible for the permanent residency application. So, how much is the salary of a supervisor or a job position under NOC Level B? So for example, here in Ontario, the minimum hourly rate is $14 per hour. But if you have these job positions, your salary or your hourly rate could be a minimum of $15 to $20, or it depends on your position, or it depends on your experiences, and it depends on the offer that the company or institution that will give you. So this is the yearly salary that you can get. Alright, so as I have mentioned to you earlier, I will be giving you tips and share you some strategies for you to be promoted or to be a supervisor. So these were the things that I did and based on my experience. The first one is choose a company that is related to your program. Of course, if you are going to apply for a Canada Study Permit with a specific program, you need to be in the area or field that you are studying with, because you will be investing your time and effort and loyalty to the company or institution for you to show that you are a responsible and loyal employee. The second one is choose a program with co-op. So earlier I mentioned to you what co-op is, right? So there will be a 1 semester where you can work full-time, not just 20 hours, but more than 20 hours, depending on the company or institution. The reason why you need to choose a program with co-op is that this full semester or full term, you can show who you are, you can show how responsible or how you do your tasks to your employer. So of course, this time you need to show off, you need to do your best for you to be able to impress them. The third one, be available as much as possible every time that they need someone to cover a shift. So in this time, so for example, someone did not show up during the shift and they need to call someone to cover that position. So if they call you, as much as possible, make a way to answer the phone and be available on your job, because this only shows that they can depend on you whenever they need you. Number 4 is idle time is cleaning time. So it means to say that if you are done with your job or if you are done with your task, make a way that you are still doing something or you are making yourself busy so that if ever your boss or your employer saw you, they can notice your hard work in the company. The next one is be proactive and initiative. So in this part, as much as possible, you need to always step your foot forward. You need to initiate something to do the job, to do specific tasks. Show your leadership to them so that they can be dependent on you and they can delegate tasks specifically in your position. And the last is be professional. Of course, each company, whether a small company or a big company, make sure that you are always professional. Like be punctual in your grooming, how you talk to others through interpersonal skills, your leadership skills, and being responsible and other positive qualities of an employee. So these are my tips, and like what I mentioned, this is based on my experience. Of course, it may vary from person to person or company by company, right? But as I have mentioned earlier, you needn't to show off. You need to give the best that you can for you to impress your employer. Alright, so I really hope that you learned something from this video, especially for those who have hospitality background or hospitality experiences. And if you do, don't forget to give a thumbs up, comment down below if you have any question, concern, or topic that you want me to discuss. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit as well the bell notification so you will be notified every time that I post a video. So thank you so much again. My name is Jason Jim. See you to my next video. Bye!